Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm gonna let y'all get on here because I know I don't normally go live on a Friday, but that's not true. I've done a live, so I'm not gonna even tell that lie. I have been live on Friday. It just depends on how the information comes. And if it's like important information that I can't I don't feel like I should hold from the community, I come on like on Friday. Because the weekends are the only time I really have to do this. So I don't have a script tonight. That's just how I got the information, how this information came into me. So I just found this out today. And it is mind boggling. It is mind blowing. So let's get started because y'all know I don't wait around. I can't stand waiting around. I've waited around, 59 seconds? And that's a lot for me. So, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. I am the host of the show. And on this show, in this community, we talk about anything and everything that impacts your repatriation to West Africa. Well, I'm going to say West Africa because that's my specialty. To West Africa, and you're expatting to West Africa, or you even visiting West Africa. We talk about that. We talk about even if you have relationships with West African men. We talk about some women, but we talk about relationships. We talk about anything and everything on this show that impacts you from the West going to Africa to visit, to settle. We talk about the things that are going to help you make that journey, okay? And if you move, it'll help you make that transition. And if you go visit, it'll help you even with your visit because when I went to Africa a long time, it was a long time ago. I went with the university and they made us go to these cultural immersion classes, which I thought was ridiculous. I'm like, why do I have to go to a class to go someplace? But once I got there, I realized, oh, this is why. And if you didn't go to the classes, guess what? You couldn't go. And the classes were a month long. In the classes, you learned about the culture, you learned culture sensitivity, you understand their social norms, you understand what's acceptable in their culture, what is unacceptable in their culture. Their culture is totally different from our culture, and their culture is extremely conservative. No matter what you may think, it is very conservative. So that's what we do on here to try to educate you about all of that. Because if you don't know that and you go to Africa, it's not going to be well. You're gonna have a bad trip, or you may be unalived, or you may end up in jail. Yeah. And this is the reality. This is the first American that I know of that has been sentenced in Gambia. Oh, I told y'all. Oh, it's on the thing. I forgot to put it on the thumbnail. So yeah, this is the first story I've done about somebody, an American, who's actually been sentenced, found guilty, judged, found guilty of a crime, and sentenced. And the thing about the crime that he was found guilty of, if he was here, that's not a crime. Not in my state. I don't know about other people's state, but in my state, that's not a crime. That's not a crime. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all of that. All right. So that's what we do on this channel. I like to say this channel is ran by me and the community. We run it together. I am China, just the person who presents the stories. But guess what? They bring me the stories because there's no way I could go out there and do all of this and work a full-time job. There's no way. There's no way I could do that. So it's us, it's the community who want to bring awareness to these issues. It's us who's doing this. It's us who's saying, this is what we need to know. Kiki, you need to talk about this. And sometimes, unfortunately, I can't talk about all the stories. So I try to talk about as many as I possibly can. And this is how we wound up here. Someone, a member of our community, sent me a message, and and this was the story. So let me get y'all comments, and then we're gonna do all our little housekeeping stuff. Hello, what is that? Oh Lord, let me put these glasses on before I start. Life Without Limits. Hello, married to a Gambian. How you doing? Hello, hey, Golden Heart. How you doing? How you been? Married to a Gambian says hello. Empath of London says hello to everybody. And Married to a Gambian says, who are we talking about? Honey, we are talking about Rick Usamburo. Ricky Usamburo. Rick from Black Acres of the Gambia. Y'all don't know Black Acres of the Gambia? I know y'all know. Oh, y'all might not know Black Acres of the Gambia, because some of y'all are from the Ghana side. So hold on, I'm going to pull it up and show you exactly who we're talking about. But before I do that, you know I have to share my fair use. Oh, I don't have a script tonight, y'all. I'm very sorry. But tonight we're talking about Black Acres of the Gambia. And Black Acres of the Gambia. Hold on, let me do the script so I can show y'all their channel. So, like again, on this channel, I said this channel is to educate you and to bring awareness to issues that go on inside of our community, especially if you're thinking about visiting, relocating, or expating to namely West Africa. Okay, so to do that, I have to use videos. I have to use videos to show you examples, because when I teach, I like to incorporate the 5 senses. Okay, like sometimes when we're writing papers, when I'm teaching how to write, I'll let the kids eat, or I'll let them drink, have some drinks while we're not drinks, but y'all know what I'm talking about, like little juices. Like today we had a little writing party, because I wanted them to relax, to totally relax and enjoy the process. So like you guys, watch and eat popcorn. So it's the same thing. So I like to incorporate, because when you're relaxed like that and you're eating, it helps you absorb what I'm talking about when I'm trying to teach you, okay? So that's why I use the videos, because that incorporates the eyes, the visual, and it incorporates the hearing, okay? The sounds. So you'll know what it looks like, what Kiki's talking about, and I know what it sounds like because she showed me in the videos. So that's why I use videos. But to do that, I have to do a fair use disclaimer. The content on Kiki Loves Nigeria may contain copyrighted content, not authorized for use by the owner. However, no copyright infringement is intended. Copyright material may be used on this channel falls under the Fair Use Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1979. Or no, 76, I'm sorry. 79 or 76, which states copyrighted material can be used for educational, research, teaching, and commentary purposes, which is the explicit goals of this channel. The views and thoughts and opinions expressed on Kiki Loves Nigeria belong solely to the author and not necessarily to the community, the host, or to this channel. All right? So that's the first one I wanted to share with you. And you guys know that I'll have to talk about our sponsors. We have some wonderful sponsors here. We are sponsored by, let me get that one pulled up. We are sponsored by Planet Mojo. Planet Mojos, they sell creams and oils for muscle and joint pain. One of them is a roll-on gel. The other one is a cream. You can use them for when you get, like if you injure yourself, or if you have arthritis, if you have bursitis, if you have anything that causes inflammation and pain, or inflammation or pain, this cream and this gel is excellent for your use. It works fast. It doesn't have smells. It's not like an oil, like it's not a sticky oil. It's not like that. And it takes away your pain quickly, and it lasts for a long time. It's all natural, 100% natural, which I love that also. And here's some testimonials. You can go to Planet Mojo, mujo.com, and check it out. And make sure you order some. And if you use my code Kiki20, you'll get 20% off. All right. So, and also, please subscribe to my channel. Please make sure you like the video. And please make sure you are active in the chat. All right, now let's get this started. So, like I was saying, I'm not the only person who does this. It's like the community does this. You know, it's like the community gets together. They decide what's important. They send it to me, and they want me to put it out there. So, like today, I got some information about Black Acres of the Gambia. And y'all know me. Y'all know we do not get along whatsoever. But I still don't want to hear anything like bad about them. Hold on, this is not what I want y'all to see. I still don't want to hear anything, bad about them. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I don't. Even though they wanted bad things to happen to me and they prayed for bad things to happen to me, I never wanted anything bad to happen to Black Acres of the Gambia. But unfortunately, you can't, that was the channel. You can't escape yourself, So it's not something that I wanted. They had to not want to get in trouble. So we knew for some time that Black Acres of the Gambia was involved in all kind of shady dealings. Let me go to their channel, okay? So you can see who I'm talking about. We've known for quite some time that Black Acres of the Gambia. Now, for people, let me go, because people might not know who they are. So let me go back, because some people might not. Y'all, there's a lot of new people on here who may not know. And when I'm talking about them, they're probably like, who is she talking about? Well, this is Black Acres of the Gambia. Remember that Black Acres of the Gambia is a couple, Rick and Cynthia Usambura, who relocated to Gambia with, was it 7, you guys, of their 5? No, 5 of their 7 kids. They relocated to Gambia. This is Rick with the white, the man, and Cynthia is his wife, okay? They've been married for, I don't know, years, okay? Over 30 years, I believe. And they relocated to Gambia with their family, okay? They've been in Gambia. This year makes 9 years. When they got to Gambia, they told us, well, you know what? After researching Rick and Cynthia, I don't really think they knew what they were going to do in the Gambia. I think they thought what they were going to do here, they were just going to do that in the Gambia, okay? That's what I really thought. That's what I really think they thought. But when they got over there, they saw, no, things are completely different than what we think. So when they got over there, they saw things were different. They weren't really making money. So guess what they got? Guess what they did? They bought some land. Somebody approached them about buying some land. They were scammed. That's what happened to them initially. They were scammed. They lost the money. Then they went to the next guy. Well, they went to, I don't know if they lost them. I can't remember, y'all. If they lost the money or if they went to, no, they didn't lose the money. They had to pay. They did have to pay extra money because it was just like they all do. The guy who sold them the land, the chief who sold them the land, didn't have permission to sell the land that he sold to Black Acres. Same thing that's going on in Ghana. See, this land scamming game is a game I see that these expats get in, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how dirty this game is. Okay, so Rick and Cynthia got caught up in this land scamming game. instantly, right when they got there. Okay, because they were telling people how they wanted to own this. They didn't want to own. They weren't saying anything about that. Somebody came to them because why? They look gullible. That's who they're going to look for. They're going to look for the gullible people, path of least resistance. So they go to Rick and Cynthia, sell them the land they didn't have permission to sell them. Now, of course, Rick and Cynthia, and I'm watching their videos, they're out there, I believe, cutting grass or doing something on this land they think they bought. And the owner says, "What are you doing? This is my land." So they're going back and forth with the owner, about this land. And he's like, no, so they end up going, they went to the police station and everything. It was a big mess, but they worked it out with the owner. Okay. So they did have to pay extra money, just like we've been saying in Ghana. They had to pay again. They had to pay the real owner of the land. So they felt like they were getting such a great deal that they wanted to buy 25 acres. Lease, because in Gambia, you lease it for 21 years if it's for personal use. But Rick and Cynthia were pretending to be a business. They were pretending to be a repat community for Black Americans, okay, who wanted to relocate in the Gambia. This what they were pretending to do this, but they never done it. They never did this, okay? They never did it. They had their and they built it all. You know how you got to go to the government with these 4 plans and all of this? Well, they went to them, the planning department. They had all of it, okay? They had everything they needed. They had the apartments that we were supposed to have. They had the house. They had everything. We were supposed to have restaurants. It was supposed to be a community garden. It was supposed to be a place for us. When we got tired of being here, we could go there. This is what they sold the government on. So the first part, so of course they're going to be like, okay, and you're going to employ, workers. So they're like, okay, because, this is investing in Gambia. And the region that they were in, it was, it's a village, underdeveloped village. And the land they were on was ancestral farming land where people would come and plant rice and hunt animals. So this land they took away from the community was how the community sustained themselves. So it was a big shock to the C4 region when they took this land away from them. It also took some of their ability to feed themselves away because they could no longer grow rice, which is a staple in their diet. Even though the rice was saltier rice, nonetheless, it was still rice and they could eat it. So they couldn't do that anymore because Rick and Cynthia were out there. Soon as Rick and Cynthia got out there, they put up this big fence. Well, it wasn't a big fence. I take that back. It was like it was like a gate made out of sticks. All right. So they put up this gate made out of sticks to keep everybody out and to let them know this was their property. They were doing like Kenza. They were living in a house, renting a house, scamming the house, doing one rental scam after the next rental scam. Because see, these people like this are really scammers. This is what they do. So, and if you're saying, why are you saying they're scammers, Kiki? Look through my channel, okay? Look through my channel. So they were in, give us 3 months and give us 3 months free, and then we'll pay for 3 months and we'll work on your house and fix up your house. Well, when it came time to pay, they would move to the next place, do the same rental scam. So they lived in pretty crappy, rundown, dirty, disgusting places because they weren't paying money. They were, like doing work for, I'll let you stay there for if you fix up my house. So that's how they were paying to stay there. In the meantime, everything in the United States became shut down. People were having money they weren't used to having. People who had never had money before had a little bit of change and they thought they were millionaires. So we were watching Gambia. We were watching YouTube. We were watching Ghana. We were planning to, not me, but these people who thought these checks, these stimulus checks were gonna, I don't know what they thought. It was money they weren't used to. Okay, not all of them. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, a majority of them, because they also used PPP loans to do this stuff with. So they moved to Gambia thinking Rick and Cynthia, because Rick and Cynthia was presenting it to us like this was the best thing since sliced bread. So people started donating. We all had this extra money. They ran all these campaigns to get the money up. All these different type of campaigns to get the money up. They got the money up. So what I'm going to do, y'all, because a lot of people don't know them, and I can't just, it's going to take me a lot to run through Black Acres in the Gambia tonight. So we're going to have to, I'm going to have to go back and do a whole video about how it started and how it's going to end. It's going to end the way I said it was going to end. Black Acres of the Gambia. Now no acres, soon to be no acres of the Gambia. Yeah, because that's what happens when you play with God. Mm-hmm. And then you call yourself doing juju? You remember when you tried to put a juju spell on me and I told you it was going to backfire and it was going to hit you all up in your mouth? Well, this is Black Acres of the Gambia, y'all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go back and do a Where Are They Now video and go and tell y'all who they are for the people who really don't know. But this is who they are, okay? And this is it's so much to tell y'all. I can't even begin to summarizing it is going to take forever. So they bought this land and they bought this land off of us. They bought this land. Let me show you some pictures of it. They purchased this land. No, they leased this land, excuse me. They leased this land off of us because they had raffles. They had different type of campaigns that we contributed to. All right. But we didn't know they were playing us for this money. They really took the money and they were just living off the money. They were just kicking it off the money. They were just doing whatever off the money. But we didn't know. We still sending them this $100, a month, and we still going to their Patreon, sending them money over there. And at one point, they were getting $500 a month, which is not that much. But in Gambia, that's okay. It wouldn't be enough for me, but I guess for somebody, it's enough. So they were getting that. Plus, people were sending them cash out. People were sending them all sorts of money. So they were taking this money. They were living off this money. We were sustaining their lifestyle. And we were also building them a house while they were telling us they were building a community like Kenza and Super Shouty. Same thing. Same thing. Same game. Same game. They're building us a community. But they weren't. They weren't building us a community. They were building their house. And then after it was all said and done, after, I'm going to do a next week because y'all know once I get on Black Acres, I love it. So I'm going to be on Black Acres till I find every detail of this story about what happened. And I'm also going to be on Kenza Babe because I got details about her story. I'm going to point out every little red flag. So I'm going to back up late next week, and we're going to talk about this, okay? Like their little history. So they didn't do anything they said they were going to do. And when we finally figured out that these people were using witchcraft, these people were using juju, we even think they were using juju on us. Like ES said they were doing in Ghana, like the Cheese were doing with her in Ghana to cast a spell on us. So we would look at them in high esteem, and anybody who would want to go to Ghana or to Gambia, that you would just give everything you got to get there. And it's like you have a blinder on, like you can't see the reality of it. And you notice Rick always says the illusion, the illusion. And remember the bottle I showed you? And when we were doing the research on him, that he always had with him when he was doing these deals and when he was talking to us. And they told us that they love Juju. They told us that. So now, bringing us up. So we find out about them. We stop giving money to them. And now they've moved into this house. They can't fully finish the house. It's just a shell, really. You know, it doesn't have the finishings completely. I think the kitchen really is, we don't see it. You know, and that's the funny thing about it. We paid for the house and they never showed us the house. They kept telling us, I'm going to show you the house, show you the house, show you the house. But they never showed us the house. They never showed us the house. When I went there, that house, the skeleton of the house, it was huge. That was a mansion. That was like the house I used to live in before my mom passed. That house was huge. And that house was 2,500 square feet. Rick's house was double that. Now imagine that. And I'm imagining that. And it was one half of the house we didn't even use. It was so big, we didn't even use one half of the whole house. So I'm like, what are they going to do with all of that? But it was for them and their kids. It was never for us. They were supposed to build the kids' apartments. They didn't do that either. So when we finally figured that out, we quit donating and all this and that. So Rick and Cynthia kind of fell off. They kind of went, went under the radar. I kind of started doing other things. Other things caught my attention. They kind of calmed down. The women in the Gambia started passing away. So I really couldn't focus on them. All I wanted to make sure is that people weren't giving them money like they used to. I wanted to make sure people knew who they were dealing with. I wanted to make sure that when you give your money to the devil, you're supporting the devil. I want people to understand that when you give your money to somebody who practices witchcraft, you basically practice witchcraft because you're supporting that person who practices evil. So you're tying yourself, you're binding yourself to that person with your money. And these people were bound to them. You wouldn't believe how many followers Rick and Cynthia used to have. It was unbelievable. When we get off here, go through their channel. Just go through the channel and look and see how many followers these people had. How many people. I know I used to get up every day. This was before the pandemic, when we were all at home. And I used to get up every day and I would watch them. I would watch them. I would wait for them to come on. And I would just really just want to go there. I would want to be there. I would just want to be in the Gambia at Black Acres with them because I felt like, a part of them. I felt like, we were a family. And I wanted to go work in the garden with Cynthia. I wanted to do all of that. But then I started seeing things differently. Some things I started seeing things differently when they attacked this man whose name was Elvin. Mr. Elvin was a very nice man. And Mr. Elvin, well, he is a very nice man. He relocated to Gambia through Invest Relocate Africa. Okay. Invest Relocate Africa was one of the first relocation programs that I know of. Okay, since I've been researching this, Invest Relocate Africa was one of the original ones. So they see, I'm getting out of breath now. So Invest Relocate Africa was they were bringing a lot of people to Africa, to Gambia. All right. So one of the people, hold on, let me get some of y'all comments because I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to get ahead of y'all comments and I'm not going to get them. I wonder where Rick got that last name from. He chose it from somewhere. I forgot. Malcolm X, I think he said. After he read Malcolm X, he got that name, but I don't know where he got it from. Yes, many of us do know the Bag family. What's happening with Rick and Cynthia? Okay, but some of us don't. Please hit the like button, y'all. But I'm going as fast as I can, so y'all know I'm the hillbillies of the Gambia. Oh, God. But y'all gonna feel sorry for him after I tell y'all this, because I had to quit laughing. I was like, oh, their last name. Yeah, you're right, Edra. Edra always got the answer. Yeah, it's a city in Burundi. He said that. I do remember him saying that now. Because it was something about their president that he liked. We were supposed to go and stay. Oh, see, because we all loved him, y'all. We all loved him. So when I got the chance to go to Gambia, when I finally got to go, I started kind of pulling away from him because I remember seeing this video. Oh, let me tell you about Mr. Elvin before we go on. Mr. Elvin went through Quasi Boyd and Art Cathy, and they had a mentoring program where they would help you develop a business. So you would go there and they would mentor you through your business to help you develop your business. I think they did it for a year or longer. But Mr. Elvin wanted to have his own Airbnb. So Quasi was mentoring him. Quasi's name was on some of the stuff, like I don't know really what it was on, but I know like some of the documents Quasi's name was on because Quasi was mentoring him. So but it was Elvin's business, right? It was Elvin's business. So Elvin was on, he was doing commercials on Black Acres of the Gambia. Black Acres of the Gambia basically destroyed this man's business, went after this man, said he was scamming people, said he was lying, said he was doing all kind of things to people, but they never showed any evidence. And you know what it came down to? That he was in business with Quasi Boyd. They were mad. They feel like anybody who was in business with Quasi Boyd, they were going to destroy them because they were the ringleaders behind Invest, Relocate Africa crumbling. I'm telling y'all the honest to God truth. I put it on my channel. I showed y'all the messages where Cynthia was instigating, instead of saying no, like the people in Ghana, honey. Y'all know they don't like nothing to get out. They will come together. They will meet. They will pray. They will give it to God. They will do everything besides come to Kiki La Nigeria. Before they come to me, honey, it got to be bad. So when the Ghanaian repats came to me, I said, oh, it's got to be bad. And it is. It's horrible. What's going on in Ghana is horrible. And a lot of people going to hell. A lot of people going to hell for what they doing to them people over there. To what they doing to them people over there. So, same thing happening here. So because he was dealing with Quasi, because Quasi was his business developer. When they found somebody, and guess how they found out? Because it's not on the documents. It's like not on his business stuff. You know what I mean? Like his business is his business. But him and Quasi has a relationship because he's the developer. So of course Quasi is going to have that in writing. Yes, I helped develop your business. He's a businessman. Business people put things in writing. See, y'all not used to, these people aren't used to dealing with business people, okay? So that's why they think it's so funny when he comes with all these documents, because that's what they do. But anyway, so they have this document where he's his business manager. Nobody knows about that because it's just between them two. It's a business deal between them two. That's your business. I'm gonna develop it. You give me, I don't even know if you give, I don't know none of that part. I'm just saying. Usually you give them something, a percentage for helping you develop. Well, this woman who liked Mr. Elvin, and it's all on my channel. I got proof, I got receipts. Mr. Elvin came on and told us. She liked Mr. Elvin. When he married this younger Gambian woman, she decides she's going to go to Black Acres and tell Black Acres that Crazy Boy is Elvin's manager, and that the house that they, the business, the structure of the house, I think it was an Airbnb, and that was rented in Crazy Boy's name. Honey, when they found that out, they went and destroyed Mr. Elvin's business. When I went to the Gambia, and that's when I was like, I'm done with these people. I'm like, how you going to destroy this man? How you going to destroy Mr. Elvin? Because he decided, I need a business partner because I don't know what I'm doing in the Gambia. So I'm going to have this man who's running his business help me. And when he did that, because Black Acres of the Gambia wants to run the repat community over there. They want to run the expat community. They want to say who stays and who goes. And Crazy Boy was a no for them. He was a big no because he was in charge of Invest Relocate Africa, and all the people were going to them. And when Phoenix Rain blew it up, that was their opportunity to sneak in there as the new leaders and take it over. But Miss Blacksett was there, remember? Her too. But she was with the UK people, Jamaican people, UK people, some Americans, but mostly the Americans. We was going to Black Acres. We was going to Black Acres for whatever we needed. We was going to Blacksett. I think they was going to Blacksett for the land, though. But I didn't ever talk about Miss Blacksett. I never did because I just never did. I wasn't drawn to talk about Miss Blacksett. I told you, I have to be drawn to talk about the person. I was never drawn to talk about her. Never. Never did the little voice inside my head say, look at Miss Blacksett. No, never did say her name. But every day it says, Kenza is selling land in the Gambia. Kenza's pimping the people in the Gambia. They using Kenza to pimp the people, and she letting them do it. And when I heard that, I sat up in my bed. I said, what? And I'm like, okay. But never did I hear the other person. Never did I hear Blacksett. So after that, they want to be the leaders. They break up Invest Relocate Africa. You know, Crazy never went to jail, never went to prison, never was arrested. Court said no, he wasn't guilty. And when Black Acres said he was arrested, he really wasn't arrested. They detained him for questioning. And there's a difference between being detained and arrested. After they questioned him, they found out, oh, this is a bunch of lies. This isn't true. These people are lying on him. Sir, you can go. Or either, I don't know what happened. I'm just making that part up, okay? So don't quote me on that. So then what happens after that? After that, I'm like, I'm not really interested in Black Acres anymore like that. I went out there the first time I went to Gambia. I did go out there and visit them. There's actually a video of me on that channel, but I'm not going to tell y'all where it is. But there is a video of me on their channel. When I went out there, you can see we were just like a happy family. I even got pictures of us together. I got videos of their land. I got videos of their house. I got videos of us talking, hugging. We were besties. Yep. We were besties. I thought we were cool until I got back and they made a whole video talking about me. And I was just like kind of hurt. Charlie, did you hear what happened to Rick? Why they come after them after damn near 10 years after they have farmed that land? Because, honey, that's what they do. That's what they do. There was nothing on that land. Nothing. There was fields. Now they got a structure. You right. Because the farmland ain't nothing. That what they doing ain't nothing. And building infrastructure on that land. Not against you, Kiki. Just I know, Charlie, but that's how Charlie, but I kind of feel bad for real. Like I keep saying, I can't rejoice in this. I can't. This ain't a win, Kiki. This is sad. This ain't a win. This ain't a win. This is bad. Rick is 61 years old. But I'm going to show y'all in a minute. It was a wall that fell down with the big black gates. So they had a wall. Yeah, they went in the house. They went into what? It was a wall that fell down. So the wall fell down with the gates? Are you serious? That fell too, Yolanda? When did that fall? The wall that's got the blick with the emblem on it, that fell? Okay. What is being said about Baga's government coming after them? No, it's not well, yeah, it is the government. Okay, y'all want to know, so let's go. Okay, so y'all said, Kiki, we know who you talking about. Let's go. All right, so hold on. Let me stop presenting this. Y'all want to know what's going on. All right, so let me get to it because I hate when people do that. I'm like, just tell us. So here I got to pull it up. So I got my message from my friend today, and I was just so shocked when I got the message. So let me read y'all the message that my friend sent me this morning. No, actually, y'all, it was a couple days ago, but I didn't look because the time be off, and I heard my phone going off, and it was him. Hold on. Let me see when I got this message. What was the date? Oh, it might have. Oh, it was January 26th, y'all. Now that's bad. I just now. No, I don't know when this was. I don't know if this was today or if it was January. I can't tell. But anyway, it came in at 8:17 a.m. It might have been today. It says, Magistrate Fufana Abrahama yesterday sentenced U.S. citizen Ricky Usamburo to a fine of $120,000 Dalasi in default to serve 10 years in prison for possessing an unlicensed firearm and ammunition. When arraigned, Usamburo, 61, who represented himself, pleaded guilty. Deputy Police Superintendent Batu Swane, I know I'm tearing this man up, told the court that on the 14th of January, while on a routine patrol in Sifo, narcotics agent found cannabis on Rashid Usamburo's son, arrested him, and during a search of their home, a Brazilian-made Taurus pistol, 2 magazines, and 82 live rounds of ammunition were found. The gun and ammunition were sent to the Gambia Armed Forces for ballistics examination. Why would they be examining it for ballistics unless they thought it was used in a crime? Y'all tell me, is that normal for them to do that? And results tendered as evidence in court. In his plea of mitigation, I don't mean to be doing that. In his plea of mitigation before being sentenced, Usamburo said he was a first-time offender and explained that he ran a large farm in Sifo employing 10 Gambians and that the gun was, listen to this, y'all, for killing snakes. Who uses a gun to kill a snake? You kill snakes with machetes, cutlasses. He was sentenced, and Magistrate Fufana ordered that the guns and ammunition be handed over to the police. This was in the newspaper um, that my friend sent me from Gambia. So I said, hold on, let me go see what I can find. Because like I said, 817, y'all know what I'm doing at 817. I'm like, I'm busy. I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay, let me look into it, see what I can find. So then I get home. Let me go down here and go back up. So then I get home and I go look it up and I see what I can find because I said, let me see if this is on the internet. And I said, if this is on the internet, this is serious. So look what I found. Here it is. This is the story. Ricky Usamburo, who appeared before, and this is dated one day ago, which was the 6th. Ricky Usamburo, who appeared before Magistrate A. Fufana in the Brikama Magistrate Court on Wednesday, March the 5th. So he went to court on March the 5th, 2025, has been remanded at Mile 2 prison for being in possession of an unlicensed firearm in violation of Section 82A of the Arms and Ammunition Act, Caption 2101, Volume 4, Laws of Gambia, 2009. So this is the part I'm confused about because remember I told you I'm not a lawyer. And I know I'm not a lawyer. So I don't understand legal stuff like that. But what does this mean, y'all? He has been remanded at Mile 2 prison for being in possession of the unlicensed firearm. So he appeared in the courtroom, right, on Wednesday. Then what did they do? Did they take him into custody and take him to prison? He has been remanded at Mile 2 prison for being in possession of so does that mean he's in the prison, y'all? Y'all help me out because I'm confused. Please don't tell me this man is in the prison. He ain't in the prison, is he? Let me finish. The charge states that now listen to this. Listen to what happened. The charge states that in January 2025 at Sifo Village, West Coast region, Usamburo was found with a Taurus pistol. And guess whose sign is a Taurus? Mine. I'm a Taurus. Isn't that interesting that he has a pistol that's my zodiac sign? Interesting. Things that make you go, And that's the gun that's the pow he was caught with. This got him in a lot of trouble. Please tell me this doesn't mean that this man is in Mile 2 prison. When it says he has been remanded at Mile 2 prison, married to a Gambian, go ask your husband, what does that mean? The charge states that in January, I told y'all that, in the C4 region, he found a Taurus pistol. Serial number, honey, they don't put the serial number, everything. I ain't going to read that. Serial number, 9mm, a serial number, 9mm, so I'm not reading that, and 82 rounds of ammunition without a license. Now here, you can have, in Ohio, you can have that without a license. You just can't conceal carry without a license, but you can openly carry. You can have them in your house. That's not a crime unless they're stolen. So Usamburo pled guilty to the charge when it was read to him in court, presided over by Magistrate A. Fufana. Police Prosecutor Deputy Superintendent Butu Swana, listen to me, representing the Inspector General of the Police, explained, listen to this, y'all, that on January 14th, 2025, while the Drug Law Enforcement Agency of the Gambia was conducting a routine patrol at Sifo, they arrested Rashid, the suspect's son, with suspected cannabis. And guess what? Cannabis is illegal in most of the 50 states. So you wouldn't even be in trouble for that here, unless you're trying to sell it. They then searched the house and discovered an unlicensed pistol, 2 magazines, and 82 rounds of ammunition. The items were seized and brought to Sifo Police Station for investigation. The prosecutor submitted the pistol, ammunition, magazines, and ballistic examination report for the Gambia Armed Forces as exhibits. The case has been adjourned to March 6, 2025. Well, that's today. So where's the update for today? So what do y'all, what does that mean? Does that mean he's still in there? Let me go over here. Then there's another one, because I always get more than one source. I go and try to get as many as I can. Okay, y'all, what does that mean? I hear the prisons are HE double hockey sticks. I have probably been growing. Oh, honey. Honey, that's what I think too. We brought that up a long time ago. That's what, and you know what? I was talking to my friend, right, in the Gambia. One of my friends, because I have many friends in the Gambia. And they were telling me that that wasn't normal for the police to be out there like that. And it's because they were, especially where they live at. And for him, he was Rashid. So I'm thinking he went out to try to go make a deal. And somebody set him up, because y'all know how it go here. Y'all know how it go here. They only gonna let you go so far. They only gonna let you make so much. And somebody who you think is cool with you, watching every little thing you do, and they're gonna set you up. And I think he went out to go make a delivery, to go do a deal. He got set up. The police was there. Because why would they go back to his house? If he just had like a bag of weed, who's going to go back to your house and check your house? Since when do they go? Since when do they stop you and you got bud on you, and then they go back to your house and say, okay, I'm going to check your house? What? They're not doing that unless you got kilos on you. I don't even know if they coming. I don't even know if they sell that in kilos. I don't know what they sell it in. Ounces. I don't know. But you got to have, in my mind, I'm thinking it had to be a lot. It had to be a lot. Or he was going to make a deal, like I said. And the person told them they got guns in that house. They got ammunition in that house. They got all kind. And why would they test the GUN for ballistics unless they thought it was used in a crime? They don't do they test every gun? I know here, I think they do. I think they test every gun here that they seize illegally to see if it's, I don't know. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe I seen that on TV. I don't remember. I don't remember. New Jack City, Rockabye Baby, they are in trouble. What if they are deported? What if? You said, what if? Mr. Johnson, you think they're going to let them stay after this? Oh, They should have left when we told them to. They should have sent the kids back when they said they wanted to go home. But instead, if we knew the boy had a problem, you know the boy they knew the boy had a problem. Remember, we talked about the boy being down in Kaloli all the time. That boy was a football player before he left to go there. He was an athlete. Y'all should, when I go back and do the other video, when I show y'all how did they get where they are now, when we break it down, how they got there, I'm going to show you how he looked. Because where's his case? Where's his case, y'all? What was he charged with? They both were charged. They both were taken into custody. What was he charged with? I think somebody told on him. I think because he talks to them Gambians like they stupid. And I think somebody told on him. And I think that's how it went. I think that's what happened. And I think they told what was in the house, because I think it was somebody because it always is somebody you cool with. It always is. And I think the person snitched on them and told everything that they knew. They test the GUN in the UK to see if it's been fired. Oh, okay. So they were testing it to see if it was been fired. Carmen, no, it never sleep. So they was testing it to see if it had been used. Exactly. They shouldn't send him back. Now it sounds like he's I don't want to say that. A street pharmacist. Life ruined now. Yes. Now his life is ruined. Because he definitely getting deported. Because y'all think we would leave you here with that record and let you stay in our country? Hecky no. And y'all know who the president is? They gonna enjoy kicking them up out of there. They gonna enjoy sending somebody back here, honey. They gonna be like, you sending them here? Well, we sending them there. Here you go. You take your rejects too. You take your criminal immigrants, also migrants also. Yes. Yes, y'all. Yes, exactly. They shouldn't send him. Yeah, it's just horrible. If Rick is in prison, the Gambia will die. How? Oh, I'm sorry. He said she said if Rick is in prison, the Gambia, he will die. Don't say that, Golden Heart. Because I like going back and forth with Rick. I don't want nothing to happen to Rick or Cynthia. That's why this story makes me sad. It makes me sad. I'm like, please don't let this say he's in 2 Mile. Y'all, did I read it? Did I read it right? Did I understand it right? Did it say, does that mean he is at 2 Mile right now as we speak? Is that what that means? I know they don't want to come back. No, they don't have a choice now, Rockabye baby. They're gonna get deported, honey. Oh, I ain't seen some of y'all. Y'all some true Gambian fans. Y'all ain't been. Look, it's the old people from back in the day on here tonight. Oh, wow. It's good seeing y'all. I ain't seen some of y'all in so long. This is so sad. I so hated to be right. I know. That's how I feel. Pro View 1. Yeah, I feel bad. I just feel like I hope this isn't true. I hope I'm reading this wrong. I hope I'm not understanding this right. I hope I'm wrong. But I often said, until you get tangled in these laws, you will understand what it really means to be an American, even with its imperfections. Because none of that would have been a big deal here. None of it. Now, if he got, mega ounces, yeah, that's a problem. Even if it's legal in your state, you can have, I don't even know if that's a problem because it's legal. I mean, it's legal. It's legal. In my state, it's legal. Only thing you cannot do, you cannot consume in public. You cannot. You can have it in your car as long as you're not consuming. So you cannot consume in public. That is the only thing. But, and the pow-pows, y'all know that's in our Constitution. But that's what I'm telling you. We go to other countries and we think that it's no big deal. But they know you ain't shooting no snake with no Taurus gun. No, what does a Taurus pistol even look like? You know, and he had to get there. You know he ain't got that pow-pow here. You know he ain't. Because we don't. It's just sad. Police are picking up the use all over the place due to the bad drugs coming into the country. And see, that's how they looking at him. You from the United States, where y'all got a big drug problem, and you want to come over here and you dare to bring that mess over here to us. Well, we're going to teach you a lesson. We're going to teach you a lesson. He's going to be an example, and so is the daddy, honey. Yeah, you don't. Oh, it is a pistol. It's a 9mm pistol. Oh, it's a nice one, too. Wow. This is a nice one. Come in gold, silver, all kind of colors. Black. Oh, this is a nice one. Oh, yeah, he in trouble. He could have hurt somebody with this. Oh, and this was expensive. Oh my. Oh, my. Wow. I'm just, wow. Maybe they don't need warrants over there, to go in the house. You know what? And I bet they was arguing with him, too. I bet they was saying, you ain't coming in here. You ain't got no warrant, honey, but this is Gambia. We coming in here. We coming up in here. Because they sure did. After they got Rashid, they went to the house. Now, why y'all think they did that? I think he had a lot on it. Remember all that evil the Bag family did to everybody else? Now it's coming back on them. As Malcolm X would say, the chickens are coming home to roost. The chickens have come home to roost. Remember all the people they didn't pay? Remember how they underpaid the workers, told me they was paying them $100 a day? I mean, $100 a week. And it was like, 50-something cents a day? Remember how they talked to the workers? But y'all know what? It's got to be worse than what we know for this to happen. Because like she said, for somebody 61 years old, I don't care how old you are, to be sentenced to that type of time in a jail, in a prison abroad, their prisons ain't nothing like our prisons. He's not going to make it through there. No, none of us on here could make it through there. But this is what I've seen them do. They'll make you stay for so long, and then you have to come back here and serve out the rest of your sentence. Or I don't know. I thought it said he could pay the money. But then I'm going to show y'all the other article. It sounded like they gave him time to pay the money. I don't know. Are he defaulted? I don't know. I'm trying to understand it. 82 rounds of ammunition. He must be living on a snake pit. I told y'all. Remember when I told y'all he living on a snake pit? They have probably grown weed. We bought them up. Yeah, okay, we seen that one. I heard Gambian print. Yeah, we seen that. Okay, ignorance of the law is no defense. No, it is not. Police know Rashid is in the weed game. Yes, they do. People are going to tell. For one, he's an American. They already assume he has money. They living in that big house on all that land, cutting them all off. And have y'all noticed the workers? I didn't tell y'all. The workers all quit again. I thought that was strange. Maybe about 2 weeks ago, when all of this happened, all the workers quit again. None of the workers are young anymore. They all quit. And that happens periodically. They'll just quit. And they'll hire people from other countries who don't know about their reputation, and then they quit too. So it's like the people in C4 are really not dealing with them like that. The acceptance rate of firearm license is reported to be less than 1%. Police, no, okay, we said that one. Indeed, is it in the local papers? Oh my God, thanks Kiki for spilling the tea. It's got to be in the local paper because it was sent, because my friend didn't know it was on the internet. Because I was like, no, let me just make sure. Let me see, because I'm like, is this for real? I know he ain't went up. But when he was, remember the video I showed y'all, he was telling us to bring the pow pows. In the Gambia, owning firearms is legal, but only with a license. The authorities have full discretion in issuing them with low. So that's why you said the acceptance rates for the firearm license is less than 1%. Oh, so he said you can. Oh, thank you. So they can't own the gun. They didn't apply for the. I don't know if they applied for the license, but they didn't have the license. Rick Bag got locked up for unlicensed gun charges. He sure did, and facing 10 years in the prison. He will stay there until he paid. He better get that money up. So married to a Gambian, that's why he's at 2 Mile. He got to stay at 2 Mile until but it ain't that much money. It's only $1,600. When I converted it, it's almost $1,700. That's not that much. He can come up with that. They can come up with that. He has been turned over to the prison. Is that what that meant, y'all? My husband was in the Army and worked at 2 Mile. It's awful. Oh my God. So he got to stay at 2 Mile until they get him the money. So he got to stay there until he pays the fine. Is that what that means? My husband, wow. What done happened now? Let me catch up. Me too, Edith says. The Bag family house viewing is basically kept for paid Patreon viewers, although a portion of the kitchen has been showed to general YouTube viewers. That's why ain't nobody fooling with them, JK. Now, how are we going to pay to build the house and we can't even see the house? That's why people, I'm just sick of them. If Rick is in Gambia, okay, we said that one. He needs to find the money or he will stay for the 10 years he is in prison. Okay, so Married to a Gambian says he's got to find the money, which is only $1,700. I'm rounding it up. It's only $1,600, like $1,672, something like that. It's not that much. But they also, Rashid got locked up too. So they dealing with Rashid's case also. I can't find Rashid's case. Yes, he is locked up. That's what remanded means. Oh, no. Yes, Kiki, he is kept in the... Oh, God, y'all, we got to pray for Rick tonight. We got to pray for him tonight. That is horrible. Remanded means he's locked up. He's locked up. I know. Remanded means locked up. And I looked it up, y'all. And I read it, and that's what he said. And I said, well, no. I kept on looking it up. I kept on saying it different ways. And I said, I know Rick ain't locked up in prison. I know Rick ain't at 2 Mile. So that means Cynthia's at that house by herself. Cynthia and the other boy. Is his name James? Yes, James. One of their sappy followers will pay the fine for them. I hope so. Pay it right away, y'all. Go give them the money, y'all. Because I know y'all will. Go give them the one. Y'all, they true. But they ain't got that many followers anymore. But the little followers they do have who's on here, go pay us so we can get out. Because y'all boy can't stay. He can't take that. He ain't made like that. Are back citizens? No, girl. They was trying to get some kind of permanent residency thing, but they ain't now. They gonna get deported. They gonna get deported after this. People bring themselves along. Yep, that's what my grandmother always said. Wherever they go and think they will get away with things. My grandmother used to say that it don't matter where you go. If you don't fix you, the same problem gonna follow you wherever you go, because you gotta take you with you. The common denominator there, people, is the word you. You. Was Rick involved with the criminal justice system before he left? Yes, he was. He was. He couldn't just apply for. Well, Mr. Johnson told us why. What it boils down to is when you do evil, you should expect evil. And they know what he's done. How is, oh, that's one of their people. How is this a smear if she's reading a newspaper article? Because they don't understand. Rick thinks he is a smart fool. They don't understand. All those things found on his land sounds like a setup. No, golden heart. Honey, you don't know Rick Usamburo. I know Rick Usamburo. Those things were his, honey. And he displayed them proudly. Because he let them Gambians know, you come in my house, I got something for you. Because we in the middle of nowhere. He didn't have them pow-pows before because they had been broken into before because they had been out there for a long time. And I'm like, wow, ain't nobody broke in on him. I know they don't respect him like that where they don't break in on them. And I know they're not scared of the dogs because they can just poison them. So I'm like, why didn't they came in on them like that? So now we know. I think he lets them know he got a pow-pow and he ain't afraid to use it. And if you dare to come more than one, I got 82 rounds waiting on you. Yeah. I don't think nobody set them up. I think it was a setup. I think Rashid was set up. I think he was set up. And I think once he was set up, that gave them the opportunity to go get them, to get Rick. Now, how they tied the gun to Rick, I guess he said that's his gun and not Cynthia, because I don't know why they both didn't go. Drugs and guns, not even here. You know, them two, you got, like certain things you can't have together. Like when I was little, I remember you couldn't have a phone, you couldn't have weed, and you couldn't have a scale. You couldn't have like a scale you weigh food with. You couldn't have that. You couldn't have that together. If you had that together, you was committing a crime in my city. So, and that was the thing. Drugs and guns, that's bad. Fake it till you make it. Bags motto. Yep. This is not a smear campaign. This is not, I'm sorry. Santa Ray Afri. There ain't even nobody's real name. Okay, this is nothing but a smear campaign. Saddest HE double hockey sticks. Rich witchcraft LOL. Jealous as hell haters. Leave these old people alone. Jealous haters on this live. Have no life and hating on these people by reading a newspaper article and commenting on it. And you obviously know nothing of, this might be one of their family members. Because, yeah, everybody know witchcraft. They do witchcraft. They tell us they do. Yeah, that might be one of their daughters. They have, because their kids do that. They get fake profiles and they come stalk you because they ain't got no real followers. If you a real follower, go get your daddy out of jail. Go get him out of jail, okay? If you his daughter, go get him out of jail and get off of here. He smeared himself. They smearing themselves. We're not smearing them. They have all been warned. They just aren't being intelligent. No. I'm late and uninformed. That was a nice video. What was a nice video? Rick thought he was a Pan-African prince hustler. Cynthia with her eighth grade. Let me read that again. Because when I'm reading it, y'all don't know what I'm doing. That's why I be missing words, because I read ahead. Like I'm trying to get ahead to figure out what it's saying. So I can just talk. Like the way I was trained is you don't leave dead air. You don't stop talking. So you got to learn to like read the comment, paraphrase it all at the same time. So Rick thought he was a Pan-African prince, hustler. Cynthia was his eighth grade sidekick. And that is no lie. No lie, people. Look through their channel. Go watch their videos. I remember when they unlocked. You remember that? Remember that? I told y'all. I've been telling them for a long time. You unalive that owl and remember for no reason because the owl was drinking some water? But the fact that the owl was out that time of day, you should have known. But that's why I was shocked when they did that. I'm like, everybody know you don't do that. I watched them too, but I could tell they weren't about nothing at all talk. Dogged the contractor. Remember the man with the daughters, and remember about the situation with their daughter. Remember that. Remember how Cynthia said she wished she had a pow so she could go in there and kill all of them who asked her to help. Remember they asked her to help get information to see if Rick was really SAing his own daughter. Remember that? No lie, people. No lie. I'm not saying this. Cynthia said it out of her own mouth. And she said she told the social worker, HE double hockey sticks, I ain't helping y'all. Yeah. And if she wished she had a pow so she could KILL all of them. Yeah. Yeah. No, God doesn't sleep and God doesn't slumber. God is watching. Ripped off employees that got too popular on their channel. Remember, what's that little boy name? People sent in money for some of their hardworking helpers. They saw on their channel, they refused to pass along the donations. And remember, she was taking a cut of what the bank charged her. She was taking it. Remember that? She was taking some of his money for that. They were putting all those railroad cars on their land. Well, y'all know people pay them for that. So that's why I said they should be able to get that $1,700 together. All those railroad cars, those railroad cars, they belong to people. And the people are paying them. So they should be able to get that money up, I would think. Selling $100 raffle tickets. Winner, yeah, you remember that? Supposed to get an all-expensive trip to the Gambia. A winner never announced. Y'all, hundreds of people bought tickets. Remember, I was trying to figure out how much money it was. I couldn't. I couldn't even figure out. It was, y'all, it was so much I had to report them to the IRS. And I did. It was my civic duty. Yes. Because they are not reporting that money. They are not reporting that money to the IRS. There's no way they're reporting that money to the IRS. They're not reporting that as income. No, they're saying it's donations. But you're not a nonprofit. You can't take hundreds and thousands of dollars in donation over the internet without being licensed. You can't do that. That's a crime. That's a crime. You can't run a raffle where you just get the money. You can't do that unless you're a non-profit. So bring them back to the United States. They're probably facing a lot of stuff back here. A lot. And I know I'm not the only person who reported them, because the state of Tennessee is looking for them for Rick not paying child support. They should have rented a house and sat down. They all need to just rent a house and sit down. They were a good distraction. They were, for what was going on at that time. It was easy to sell the dream. I told y'all, sweet dreams. It's still the sweet dream scam going on. This is a sweet dream scam. That's all it is. When I was in Cameroon, they used to call people who can talk you into things sweet mouth. They would say you have a sweet mouth. These are sweet dreams. This is a dream that will never, ever come true. But it's so sweet. I love it so much. I just want it to be real. So in my head, I'm going to make it real no matter what I see going on around me. It was okay. So let me go down here. Now, I'm going to go to this other article. Let me go back down here. And then I'm going to go to the other article because I found another source, because I like to have, more than one. Yep, they need to GoFundMe for Rick. They sure do. They need it right away. Okay, we are about, yes, he's 61. He don't look like it, do he? Oh, hey, Starburst. He don't look 61. Remanded, held into trial. Yeah, the fine is that's not a lot though. So when he if he pays it, he will be, yeah. So let me read y'all this other article and tell me what this sound like to y'all. Believable, very believable. Rashid had no source of income and he was always high. Wow. But where's his information? Where's his story? His case has to be way more serious than this one, because they're not going to just stop you with a little bit of weed on you and go home and search your house. And your house is deep in C4. Deep in C4. Oh, we're going to search your house. I heard they was growing out there. That they were growing illegal trees out there. I heard that maybe 2 years ago. That's what they were doing out there. Now, if I heard that, y'all think the people in the police out there ain't heard that? Starburst says, sad news to think that Black Acres of the Gambia is falling down. No Black Mecca, no Black community in the making. No. And it's not going to happen there. So once again, we gave all our money to somebody who scammed us. Once again, we was looking for somebody to save us, somebody to help us, give us some peace, somebody to help us find us a place to rest our head. And guess whose job that is? That's an inside job. That's a you job. That's a me job. That's a work on yourself job. I want to fulfill this loneliness. That's a you job. I want to get rid of this loneliness I feel. I want a companion. That's a you job. You can't go around looking for that. Because you're going to get what you get and then you can't throw a fit. This is terrible. Yeah, terrible news. Rick is 61. If he is remanded, he is locked up in jail. Well, listen to this one, y'all. Tell me what y'all say. Because this one was a different one. That one was from, what news source was that? Legal Matters News? No, it's called The Voice of Gambia. That was from The Voice of Gambia. Let's do this other one real quick. Now, this one is from Standard. I think this is the Gambian News. Oh, this is today. So let's see what they're saying. Now, I guess this is Magistrate Fana. He looks so young. He looks like a little baby. When he takes these glasses off and this wig, he looks like he's in his 30s. He look young. Magistrate Fofana. I'm sorry, Magistrate Fofana. I hope I'm saying your name right, sir. Please forgive me, Your Honor. And I'm so sorry I said you look like a little boy. Lord, forgive me. Forgive me, Your Honor. I didn't mean to say that. Yesterday, sentenced U.S. because the 6th, remember he was supposed to go to trial on the 6th. That's what the other article said. So this is the 7th. Now this is the report. Magistrate Fofana of Brikama yesterday sentenced U.S. citizen Rick Usamburo to a fine of $120,000 Dalasi in default to serve 7 years in prison for possessing, 10 years in prison for possessing an unlicensed firearm and ammunition. So what does that mean? That's like not clear to me. Like, I don't understand this sentence right here. Sentence U.S. citizen Ricky Usamburo to a fine. So this is to a fine in default to serve 10 years in prison. So I'm going to take out this Dalasi because that's throwing me off. So I'm just going to look at this. Does this mean to a fine that he was defaulted? He defaulted on the fine? Rick Usamburo, Magistrate Fana. Lord, I ain't going to say the man's name. The magistrate of Brikama yesterday sentenced U.S. citizen Ricky Usamburo to a fine default to serve 10 years in prison for possessing an unlicensed firearm and ammunitions. When arraigned, Usamburo, 61, represented himself, pled guilty. This was yesterday. The deputy policeman told to court that the 14th of January, oh God, I'm getting sleepy. Told the court that on 14th January, while on a routine patrol in CFO, narcotics agent found cannabis on Rashid, Usamburo's son. Now you see, Rashid is not giving them his real name. You see that he's not. He said that's not his real name. I wonder if that's even his legal name. I'm sure it's not. Rashid Usamburo, Usamburo's son, arrested him, and during the search of their home, a Brazilian-made Taurus pistol, 2 magazines, and 82 live rounds of ammunition were found. The gun and ammunition were sent to the Gambia Firearms Ballistic Examinations. Results were tendered in as evidence in the court. In his plea of mitigation before being sentenced, Usamburo said he was a first-time offender and explained that he had ran a large farm in Sifo employing 10 Gambians and that the gun was for killing snakes. He was sentenced and the magistrate ordered the gun and ammunition handed over to the police. So what does that mean? What does that mean? This was today. He went to trial yesterday. What does this sentence mean? That the magistrate yesterday sentenced U.S. citizen Rick Usamburo to a fine. Right there, that sounds like a fine, okay, of 200, oh Lord, of 120,000 Dalasi. So that right there says to me, okay, so he got to pay a fine of $1,700. But then it says in default. That sounds like he's in default of that payment. And then he sentenced him, since he was in default of that payment, he sentenced him to serve 10 years in prison. Does that sound like that to y'all? Y'all tell me, what does it sound like to you? Let's stop sharing this. Well, no, let me leave it there. And y'all tell me what y'all think that means. What do y'all think that means? Do y'all think that, what does that mean? Please tell me, what does that mean? Does that mean that Rick was in default of the payment of the money and they keeping him? Is that what that means? Yeah, tell me, what does that mean? Because that doesn't make sense to me. It sounds like it's a fine. Cynthia can bring him a plate of collard greens and those smutty wings with eggplant. She is. Pay the fine or go to jail. So he's not in. Hey, Mr. Foreman, how you been? So Mr. Foreman, he's not in jail now? You don't think he's in jail now? You think he got to go home? No. He don't have the money, life without limits, or they just don't. Hey, Steph, I didn't see you. Hey, Steph said, oh, look, the gang's all here. This is everybody. Wow. Well, not quite everybody, but this is the crew. I'm sorry, y'all. I got excited. And then Rick probably thought he's smarter than the lawyer. He probably thought the lawyer's just going to take my money and not do nothing anyway. And that made what I thought when I saw he didn't have an attorney. I just felt like Rick was short on money. I felt like he was short on money and that he doesn't have any money to waste. And he of course will feel like hiring an attorney in the Gambia is nothing but a waste. Steph said, hey, Steph, Rick, yes, honey, he represented himself. Heck, he had a full form as an attorney. He might have been sentenced to 10 years and has to pay the fine. Why you say that? If Rick represented himself, he did not have money for an okay. Oh, I'm going backwards. I haven't seen Lady Bird Lee in so long. Hey, lady, how you been? I think they are saying he had to pay the fine. And that's what I thought, okay? I thought that too. So if he pays the fine, which looks to be about $1,600, then he doesn't have to serve the 10 years. Okay, so that meant like the default part in default meant that if he's in default of that, he has to serve the 10 years, right? And then they kept him in the prison. So he couldn't have been in the prison since January, though. Why did they remand him into custody on March the 5th when this happened in January? That doesn't make sense. You see what I mean? This happened in January, I think 25th. They said it happened. March the 5th, the other article said they remanded him to Mile 2 prison. This one then to trial was going to be held on March the 6th, which was yesterday. Now today is March the 7th. And then we read the other article that says about the default. So I'm kind of confused. Laugh Out Loud says, I'm sorry, I'm reading the name wrong. Laugh Without Limits, please. Laugh Without Limits, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Laugh Without Limits says, in default means he did not pay the fine. And that's what I thought. But I kept on saying, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I kept on saying. Hold on, y'all. Oh, yeah. He didn't pay it. I just looked it up. He didn't pay it. He's in 2 Mile right now. In default definition meaning. The meaning of in default is having missed a payment that is due. How to use default in a sentence. No, we don't want to use that. So he didn't pay it. Let me go back to the article. So in default means he didn't pay it. So now that we know what in default means, let's go back and look at this again. Because the way they word it, it means something different. So he says, hold on, my eyes are running. Because I want to cough, but I'm trying not to. Hold on, let me drink something. So let's look at this again. The magistrate yesterday, which was March the 6th. Remember the other article said he had to go back, that he was in 2 Mile, and he had to go to trial on March the 6th, right? Well, it says now, this is March the 7th. It says yesterday, the magistrate sentenced U.S. citizen Ricky Usamburo to a fine of $2,120 in default. What did we say in default means? In default means you missed the payment. Yep. And default means you missed the payment. So that means he's in default of this money. He missed the payment. So this person who was in default, which is Rick Usamburo, was sentenced to serve 10 years in prison yesterday. If I'm reading this right. Am I reading this right, y'all? Because if I'm reading this right, this is horrible. The magistrate yesterday sentenced U.S. citizen Ricky Usamburo to a fine of the Delasi, $120,000 Delasi, in default. So this fine is in default. So he sentenced him to serve the 10 years in prison for the gun possession. That's the way it looks to me. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Grown Black legal professionals still wearing those blonde colonial. When do people wrong? When you do people wrong, it will always come back to you, Steph says. They were $100 for those. Remember the nameplates that was $100 for? Remember the lottery? And they were getting ready to start another contest. another raffle or something. Well, I was just reading this news. Sounds like Rick and his family will be on the government's radar. I bet Rick and Cynthia will come home to the U.S. now. They're going to put them out. They're going to deport them. Glad I didn't. He's not definitely not getting any papers. And the son for that crime, I think both of those. I think both of that was like we want you out. Both of those crimes, I think we want you out. Yeah, because they're like violent. One is violent and one is like a drug crime. And those are against like crimes against society, crimes against the government. It's like you came there to do illegal things in our country and we don't like that. Glad I didn't get money. Was thinking about it when I first talked about the name plates for that wall they have with the followers' names. Yeah, those were nice. I thought they were going to be nice. I'll take that back. They weren't nice. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me for yawning, but y'all know it's on. I told y'all what happens to me around 8 o'clock every night. And actually, a GoFundMe cannot be done outside of America. It sure can't. They need a GoFundMe. They need something, but they should have it. All those containers on their land. How come they don't have that money? They have all those kids here in the United States. Why don't they have that money? They have family. They have a big family here. Why don't they have that money? That's nothing. That is nothing. Y'all know that's nothing. No bail was paid to free him from prison. I think it said he didn't have a bail. Well, then Angel. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out on January 25th, when he was arrested, when they found the guns and stuff, was he arrested then? I wonder if they said he was arrested then. Because it just seems too funny that why did they take him into custody then? Let me go look at this. On January 25th, it didn't say he was taken into custody. It didn't say what happened that night. It just says they went to his house and they found him with the gun. It doesn't say if he went to prison, if they arrested him that night or what, or if they were going through this trial. And maybe, I don't know. I told you I got to look more into it. I just found out all of this tonight. Well, it's at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I couldn't really look into it until I got home from work. And I need to look a little more. That's why you never give your home country your butt to kiss. Never know when you have to eat crow. Exactly. And now look. Gambia officials are very corrupt. Rick might be able to pay them off before it's all over. We'll see. Well, why didn't he pay the money? Because Rick and Cynthia, I know, could easily get that money. Now, they charge those people for them containers that's out there on that land. They probably just thought they could get away with it. Harmon, that's him. Yep, Harmon. I hate laughing about this situation, but I knew something like this was coming down. Karma is real. I didn't think it was going to, I didn't know. I knew something had to happen because of everything they did and how they lie on people, how they lie on me, how they sent all those people to call the Ohio Department of Education. They were filing all kind of complaints against me. It was crazy. And it was because of these videos. They were actually saying, because she's making videos. That was what they would actually have on these complaints. These official, like for teachers who do terrible things, they were calling and saying, I was making videos. Yeah. And their followers, Rick and Cynthia, were telling their followers to do it. And they were doing it. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable, the things they did to me. Because this is how you know it's true. Because anybody who comes up with a lie or if it's not true, you'll simply disprove it, or you're going to ignore. If it's an outlandish lie, you'll just ignore it. Well, it just depends. It just depends on the situation. I'll take that back. But usually you can prove the lie is a lie. Like when somebody was trying to say, oh, they say somebody says, oh, she doesn't have college degrees. She didn't go to college, blah, blah, blah. She didn't do this. She did. Yes, I did. I can produce the college degrees, and I can produce the awards that I won while I was there. So you should be able to do that. I can produce my teaching license. I can produce all of these things. So I don't understand. That's how you know people don't do what they say they're doing. Like Kenza, if she truly had a license to sell land, and you need one in Ghana and you need one in the United States, why won't you just produce it? Because you don't have it. Rick doesn't have anything. Non-payment. So they arrested him for non-payment. I knew them kids would come here, Kiki. If you look at 2 Mile Up, it ain't no joke. Oh, I am. I'm going to do more about it. I'm going to do more on this story. I told you I'm going to try to find out some more. This was all I could find. I just wanted y'all to know what was going on, because this is serious. This isn't just me and Cynthia and Rick making videos talking about each other. No, this is serious. Rick is in a bad situation right now, a bad situation. I wish there was some way he can just get out of it. Less than 50%, less than 50 cents. It was 5 cents a day, 5 cents a day. They spent on the prisoners. Laugh out loud. I knew it was one of them. The important thing is that you always in the house. They are. But they need to get off of here for real and go ride around, do some Uber Eats, do some something, and send y'all parents money. He needs to get out of there. That man is old. Just like Dr. Sebi, when Dr. Sebi was fine till he went to that prison. When he went to that prison, I think he got pneumonia. And then he passed away. So it's like you can't be around when you get... I don't even know. Let me go down here and see what y'all saying. I just have to find out more. I have to find out more about what's going on. They were using older English. They're using older English in that article. It can be hard to use for us to understand. That's why I couldn't understand. I had to keep breaking the sentence, like taking the sentences apart. That's what I had to do to understand it. And then you see how I was doing. I had to talk about it. I had to talk to myself to explain it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Please hit the like button. Bet those police told them to get their dogs or they will deal with them. Yep. Because the dogs are out there. So how did they know, though? Who opened the gate for them to get in? Rashid was with them, I bet. So he opened the gate. And the dogs knew him. So the dogs didn't do nothing because the police came in with him. Oh, wow. This is bad, y'all. Okay, so January was, yes. He never paid it, hence default. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking now. He went to court in January. That's when it happened. So but did they go arrest him on March the 5th and take him to 2 Mile? And then they went to court on the 7th and said, you defaulted? That's what I'm trying to figure out. The embassy will give you a list of lawyers and visit you to make sure you are alive. That's it. Wow. And they just got the fine yesterday. So now he has the X amount of time to pay. Most of their children are in America, except the ones in the Gambia. So they got a whole bunch of kids and it's income tax time. They can get come on. Come on. They can get the money together. They're in that income tax bracket that gets income tax check refunds. They can put the money together and pay this man's fine, and they need to. But see, it was like when my uncle, and I love my uncle so much, but my uncle, when he was younger, he didn't do such right things by his family and by his wife. And my cousins remembered that because they were kids and they remembered what they went through, at the hands of my uncle. But to me, he was my uncle. He was everything. I loved him, and when it was when he was sick and it was time to pass away, it was like they weren't there. They weren't there. And then I was talking he had one daughter, and I was talking to the one daughter about it. And she told me, you don't know what it was like growing up in a house with him. And she said one day he had a sawed off pow pow. SH pow pow. You know what I'm talking about, the sawed off kind back in the day. Because remember, this old black man. And she said, he chased me and my mother down the street with that gun, with that pow pow. And she said, we don't feel the same way you do. We didn't hardly have food. We didn't hardly have clothes because he spent everything drinking or on his women. So it's hard for the kids when they become adults and see you in a situation. And then normally kids supposed to be there, but in some situations, I guess it's hard when you're not there for them, when they're little, for them to be there for you, in your time of need. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that I don't know, but I just feel like they can get that money together for him, especially you're doing a crime and enough. Yes. They're going to be gone. They're going to get rid of them. The United States is not going to help them do nothing. If anything, they're going to revoke them passports. Especially both of them crimes. Both of them that one is a violent crime. And the other one is the he better call the U.S. Embassy. Kiki, there a video on YouTube of 2 Mile. It says guards beat, torture. Oh no. I hope they feel sorry for Rick. I hope he ain't in there for real. Melba says there are scams for us. There are scams by us for us happening in other West African countries like Ghana, for example. They sell you an ideal, the sweet dream. They repeatedly rob your American dollars while they live like kings. She ain't lying. She ain't lying. And Kenza's trying to be one of them. Kenza babe is trying to be one of them. And she think I'm going to just sit around and let her do it. I didn't know Daniel was doing it. I didn't know Daniel. I wasn't paying attention to Ghana. But now that I'm paying attention to Ghana, you think I'm going to just let her do it? You think I'm going to just let her get these people in bad situations and not say nothing when I can clearly see what's going on? This lady's a scammer too. If somebody is selling you land, people, and they're not selling you land, you're leasing that land. And if they tell you they're selling it to you, or they present it to you like they're selling it to you, they're lying to you. These people are nothing but scammers. Rick sold us a sweet dream. And we was all in on it. Rick and Cynthia Blackacres of the Gambia sold us the biggest sweet dream ever. Now look at it. Now look at them. And now look at us. Look at us. We all just sitting here like, what? Yeah, I can't even believe it. And I know the dirt. I know all the dirt they were doing. I probably don't know all of it. I take that back. I'm sure they was doing dirt I don't even know about. But now look, maybe his children back. I hope so. They need to. They should have let Rashid go home. Yep, when he said he wanted to leave, he probably stays high to deal with his life there. I'm sure he does. He's bored. It is boring. There's nothing to do. I mean, if you live there and you work there, I guess it's something to do. But if you're, it's nothing to do. It's not like here. They don't even play the football that he played here. He likes to play football. He can't even do, that's like you at the height of your football career in high school, and you might be going to the pros. You might, people might be talking about you. Then all of a sudden your dad decide, oh, we going to Africa, and there goes your football career. Because that's what happened to him. And now he's in Africa, in Gambia. Nobody even football, they talking about soccer. If he really got 10 years in prison, wow, he is old too. He may die in prison there. I hope we're reading it wrong. Building a community takes time, Kiki. They have to build a place to live before building everything else. They're not bossy. They're not, what are you talking about? They're not bossy, badass. Who's not a bossy, badass? What? And building a community takes time. So you must be supporting them Ghana people, because that's the lie they keep telling them people. It takes time. It takes patience. You got to be patient when you go to Ghana. Pack your patience. I'm so sick of hearing that. It takes time to build a community. Get out of here with that. It takes know-how to build a community. It takes a community to build a community. The problem is scammers are trying to make money and call it a community because they want to suck the community builders in. But community builds community. You have a community. They're already a community. And then they say, let's go build us a community. A place to live, because we all want to live together. But you telling me, oh, I'm building a community. That's a lie. That's a scam. Who you building it for? He went into custody because he defaulted on his original fine. I thought African countries were very strict. They are about drug crimes. I'm surprised Rick's son didn't get a big sentence. We don't know what his sentence he got. We don't know what the sentence is. We don't know. We have no clue what happened to the son. I'm trying to find that out. That's what I'm looking for now. I'm trying to find out the whole case. You're right, Kiki. Rashid really was hurting inside. He didn't want to be there. No, and he's still, like when I look at the videos, remember the video I showed y'all when let me go back to show y'all real quick. When he was they was doing an interview with the kids. Remember how we went all the way back to when the kids was on there, when they was doing that. Here, let me pull it up. And look how he look on here. Look how he look on here. He was so young. And he don't look nothing. Hold on, I'm about to put it on. He looks nothing like he looks now. He's so skinny now. It's just don't. Look at him. This him right here. Them two were young. He looked like he was a nice young man on this picture. Not her. That's probably who was on here playing to be somebody else. Because this one is back in the United States. You need to send your daddy some money, girl, and get off my channel. This one. This is him, Rashid. This is James. But yeah. Yeah, of course he's depressed. He left everything he knew. You can't just leave everything you know like that. You can't just up and move your kids and don't expect them to go through some kind of anxiety and depression. And at first I was like, and Dag, I was thinking, Dag, his son brought these problems to his dad's house. But I'm like, wait a minute. No, 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 ma'am. The dad shouldn't have brought the son there. The dad shouldn't have took the son away from everything he knew and took him to something he did not know and didn't give him anything to replace that longing and that loneliness. And this is a young man. Look how he keeps his head down. Look at him. And then he says things. He wants to please his family so bad. He wants to please Rick and Cynthia so bad. He says things that he thinks they want to hear. And now look, I blame them for all of this. He don't have money. Y'all know they don't give him nothing. They don't give that boy no money. They didn't give them nothing. You want $1,000 go wash the dishes. You want 2,000 no, it ain't even $100 go wash the dishes. You want $200 go clean up the dog's poop. Like small children. Instead of saying, hey, you go back to the United States. You go live your life because I've lived mine. If you decide once you get 20, 30, you do your 20s and your 30s and you're in your 40s and you decide I want to come back to Africa and I want to do what y'all doing, then that's fine. But right now you need to go find you. And what he do here, he let somebody talk him into, oh, y'all can sell, y'all can grow illegal trees out there on all that land you got. Nobody will know. And it grows wild out here. But you can smell it. But who's out there with them? Nobody. So I bet Rick and Cynthia knew they were doing it. And then you grow the illegal trees, you sell the illegal trees, you're making nothing but profit. Somebody saw him making all the profit and was like, no, we telling on you. Everywhere you go. Okay, we said all that one. Did we read that one? Stephanie, you go, there you are. A bag ran away from their American problems. They didn't start their life in Gambia with a clean slate. No. You got to fix you, people. You got to fix yourself. You got to fix, and it ain't easy to do. You got to sit and you got to look at yourself in the mirror. And all the parts of you that you think are ugly, you think are unattractive, all the parts of you think you don't like, you have to learn to love that. You have to learn to accept that. You have to learn to embrace you for who you are. And then you can have peace anywhere you go. But these people have no peace because they don't work on self. They looking for everything. They looking to go to Ghana to heal them. They looking to go to Gambia to heal them. They're looking for somebody else to heal, like that lady, Colin Kinza. She saving lives. She getting us out of Babylon. She getting us Okay, can y'all hear me now? Oh, y'all know what? There is a button on my computer that I keep hitting. That's what happened last time. Because this is a new computer. And it's a mute button on the keypad. And I did not even know that until just now. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I saw a video of 2 Mile, and the man was in solitary confinement and was sentenced to 6 years for stealing a what? Are you serious? Okay, I want to go back up here where Rockabye Baby says she has a huge weed farm in California. Their daughter, who just left the Gambia, has a huge weed farm in California. How? Because she told you so? How? Think about it logically. She was in Gambia all these years. She has no experience. She has no skills. She has no education. Her family has no money. But now she comes back and instantly she owns a huge marijuana farm. And she's a legal marijuana grower. Really? Do you know you need a license to do that? Do you know the licenses are extremely expensive? And do you know the taxes you pay are extremely expensive? Rich people do that type of stuff. Now this I'm not saying you, but whoever's putting this story out, I need other than pictures of her at a marijuana farm or other than her saying so. So you believe they just gave her a loan for all this money? I don't like misinformation, y'all. And our community is so full of that. There's no way she could come back and just own a marijuana farm just like that. She'll be lucky if she get a job at McDonald's. She don't have no skills and ain't had skills in 8 years. She been in Gambia all that time doing nothing. And now she growing marijuana. Oh, okay. I saw a video. Okay, we saw that one. I did. You right, Steph. I did hit the mic button. I did hit the mute button. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay. So we back. All right. Rick's new home. All right. So did we get all the comments? You hear? Okay. So let me go back up here and make sure I got everything. Yes, it does. His health puts him at risk a lot. Yes, very much so. The post of those videos, they post all those videos, but they are dishonest about their reality. And that's what a lot of these people tend to do. Dr. Sabi was unalived intentionally. A lot of people say that. Wasn't Rick? Yes, he was a criminal in the U.S. That's what I'm telling you. You just take the same behavior and you just transport it to another country. Ain't nothing changed. The game is all the same. Different place, same face. That's what he doing, what he do here. Well, Bags, when you live in a glass house, you can't throw rocks. No, you can't. You cannot throw rocks. And that's all they did was throw rocks. And then they got mad when somebody threw some rocks back. But see, he didn't know that every night at 6 o'clock in the summertime, my family and the family across the street, we would line up. They was on their side of the street. We was on our side of the street. And guess what we do? We had a cranberry tree, right? And we would take cranberries and we would throw them at each other. We had a cranberry throwing contest. And we would throw them as hard as we can and hit each other and see whoever couldn't take it anymore, they were the loser. And guess who would always win? My family. So one thing I know how to do is throw rocks. And I know how to take getting hit by rock. That's what they couldn't take. That's what they couldn't take. They just gotta, yeah, so, okay. Well, all right, y'all. That was the news that I had. Let me see if there's some more comments. I gotta go and try to find out some more. I think they are saying he had, okay. I gotta go try to find out some more and see what I can find, because I got so many unanswered questions, because I want to know what was the son charged with. You know? What was he charged with? How come is he out, or is he still, or is he at 2 Mile? Because they sure didn't let him go. And like I said, it had to be a huge amount for them to go back home. It had to be a huge amount for them to go back to his house and search his house. And I wonder, and you know, Rick and Cynthia, especially Cynthia, was talking all kind of trash. I wonder if they took him to jail that night and held him. They probably, I don't know. I got so many questions. I got to get on. I got to find out, y'all. They should have money. They were scamming people in the comments, using witchcraft on people. Exactly. That's why I'm like, y'all got money. Quit playing. You just don't want to spend it. He thought it was the Gambia. I don't have to pay the Gambians nothing. That's what he thought. I'm not going to pay them nothing. They're not going to do nothing. Because remember that man in Ghana who went forever and ever without paying taxes on his little building. And then he thought the Ghanaian government was not going to do anything. And the Ghanaian government went over there and bulldozed the whole little restaurant. Y'all remember that? Same thing. They ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to do nothing. This is just me saying this. This is what I think happened. So he said, I ain't going to pay them. They're not going to do nothing. And honey, look what happened. It's maybe because he's a dealer, hence the gun. Because remember, yeah. See, that's why I think it's a big deal. Because they think he's a dealer. Yeah, they really think he's a dealer. And I think they want to go back to the house and see what else they could find. You know, whether they found large sums of money. But they didn't say any of that. Wasn't Rick in prison? I can't remember, but next week I'm going to bring it. I'm going to look and see. I don't know if he was in prison, but I know he was arrested. They done milked their followers so much. I know. But they said there was one person that was on there. You know, Papa Cheesy will pay. But they were saying, I was going through their videos tonight, just trying to get a feel, like from January 25th up to March the 5th, right? I'm just like going through the videos, like trying to feel. I see fakeness. That's all I kept seeing here lately was just fakeness. That's why I couldn't watch it. I'm like, this is so boring. They're just being so fake, trying to act like everything is good, and we know everything is not good. But I had no idea everything was falling apart. I didn't know that. So I'm going to look through. I'm going to see what I can find. I'm going to see whatever I can find to try to figure out what's going on here. You're right, Kiki. If you want to pray for him, pray for him. Not while he's still alive. But remember, he was practicing witchcraft and he was mocking God. That's why I'm going to pray for him. Because, honey, you need it. He needed it. You mock God, you need to be prayed for. You try to curse God's people, you need to be prayed for. You steal and scam from God's people, you need. All I can say is God have mercy on Rick and Cynthia. God have mercy on their soul. Have mercy on their soul. Because y'all know it was older people who was getting checks, who was sending them money, who was sending them money faithfully. And remember the lady who needed a place to stay, who was homeless in the Gambia, the American lady? And she asked Rick and Cynthia, could she stay in the dirty, raggedy guardhouse? And Cynthia said, no, we don't believe in helping people get up on their feet. Now, if you want to pay rent, we can rent you a place when we ready. But I'm not even out here on this land. You're not coming out here before I am. And then I hear later on that that lady was Anja Africa. Andrea Martin, the lady who passed away horribly in the Gambia. And them sleazy Gambian repats went on there and did a Jerry Lewis marathon trying to raise $175,000. Not Delassie, dollars. Talking about she got medical bills. That's how you knew it was a lie. Because you don't have medical bills. You pay right then in Africa. In Gambia. In Africa. I meant that it's like that in Africa. She got $175,000 worth of medical bills. No. They was all trying to come up off of this woman passing away. That's what happened. What Rashid and the Clinker, probably for drugs. We don't know. We don't know where he is. These are real old. I didn't ever get to them. Yep, they not saying. And on the videos, I'm going to go back and look and see if I see. Yeah, he's out because I looked at a video today, the last video on their channel, and they said Rashid cut the grass. So he's out too. But what's his charges? They probably paying for his. Now he probably really need an attorney. So maybe they putting all the money towards his attorney. It's maybe because it's a dealer. Hey, y'all know what? I bet you they ain't paying for that boy no attorney. If they ain't gonna pay for him to go to school, y'all know they ain't gonna pay for him no attorney. They were set up for all of the disrespectful ways they have treated the Gambians. I believe that. Was he locked up in the U? Yes, we read that. Okay. Yes, he has a mugshot. We saw that. They should have money. He was scamming people. Okay. We read that. So let me go down here. Life Without Limits says. Okay, we read them. Okay. We read that. And it's sad because you know what? Cynthia's, like I said, Cynthia is all alone in that big old house. And she was already scared. And now remember she said, I can't sleep when Rick ain't there. I can't sleep when Rick ain't here. I can't sleep alone. Remember when Rick went to stay out at the land before they moved in? And she was talking about how lonely she was in the bed without Rick. I wonder how lonely, like that song, if you think you lonely now, wait until tonight. Wait until tonight, Cynthia. The night, girl, you not going to sleep at all. And you ain't got no pow-pows to back you up. She got them dogs in her bedroom. Cynthia gonna have to do what she got to do. It means, okay, we read that. All right. Okay. Let's really get 10 years. Yes. All right, let me go down here and see these, and then we are out of here. Oh, we'll be right back tomorrow, though. Kiki, show the mugshot. I didn't see it. Hold on. It's, wait a minute. Let me go get it for y'all. Y'all know who got it. Y'all know who got the mug shot? Hold on one second. Actually, I can bring that up for y'all. One second. Okay, hold on. Let me get that pulled up. Okay, hold on. Well, let me show y'all how I'm getting to it. So in case y'all want to go back and do your own little research. This was a lot. Well, all these people on here remember Rick. Everybody on here remember UN. All right, UN did a story. This was back in the day when we was all mad at UN. This is about 5 years ago now. December 8th, 2020. Yep, 5 years ago. What is this, 2002? Yep, 5 years ago when UN broke the news about Rick and his criminal record. And we all had a straight attitude with this man about that. Remember? Hold on.
He was shoplifting. And you could see that. Take a quick look into Rick's past. And I simply Googled his real name and a whole lot of things came up. Now, I had to be careful simply because Rick has a son who has the exact same name. His full name, Ricky Devon Usumbura. Ricky Devon Usumburu Senior and Junior. Okay. And by the looks of things, Junior is not having an easy time back home in the United States. Now, out of respect for the family and out of respect for the child, well, he's not a child anymore. He was born in 1992. He's 28 years old. But I'm not going to show his mugshot, which I did find. It was kind of disturbing, to be honest with you. He's having a lot of problems back over there in the United States. And I've got to admit, I'm not sure if I could leave any of my children back in the United States to fend for themselves. But like I said, he's 28 years old, so he's old enough to make his own decisions. Junior's record is extensive. And you could see that, he's a domestic disaster. It's really sad to see that his life has gone this way. And the reality is he probably would have been better off traveling to the Gambia along with his parents. In fact, you don't have to be a super sleuth to find out that the Usumburu family was in a world of hurt before they left for Africa. There were a lot of court proceedings, financial problems that they were having, the foreclosures on their houses, the stuff that they spoke to us about anyway. But I think there were other things. There were other things that they weren't open and clear about for obvious reason. And we're going to go into that right now. Take a look at this. Yes, this is Ricky Devon Usumbura's arrest record from Christian County, Kentucky. On the 9th of June 2014, he was arrested on charges of theft by unlawful taking or disposition of property under $500. Essentially, he was shoplifting. Now, the part that bothers me is not the fact that he got arrested. God knows we've all got a history, right? The part that bothers me is why he was arrested. So it happened in 2014, so he would have been 51 years old at the time.
You still at 51.
Is a 51-year-old decorated veteran doing stealing things from a shop?
Exactly.
This brings up the thing which I believe.
See, this is what I'm talking about. We don't even know these people. We don't know nothing about these people. This man was shoplifting I think it was 4 or 5 years before he came to the Gambia, before he went to the Gambia, and then was on YouTube collecting money from all of us, talking about he building a community for us. And we fell for it. We fell for that sweet dream.
Most people have been completely ignoring Rick Usumburu's mental health. I hate this mugshot because I can clearly see in his face that he is not firing on all cylinders. It's really sad that in our community we choose to ignore the obvious. It's almost as if there is some form of stigma attached to speaking to people and just asking people if they're okay. Here we have a veteran, someone who served and risked his life literally.
All right, we'll go back to UN probably next week because he did a lot on them. He did a lot. So let's get these finished through these and we'll get off of here because we got to come back right back on here tomorrow to get on these people in Ghana. Yeah, we're going from Ghana to Gambia, Gambia to Ghana, Ghana to Gambia, Gambia to Ghana. Yep. Because they want to play games. They want to play games. And they think I'm just going to sit right here on my porch, on my YouTube porch, and watch them do it. I'm going to watch you do it, but I'm going to tell everybody that you're doing it and how you're doing it and that it's illegal what you're doing. That's what I'm going to do. She has a video. This is his daughter of her working and harvesting. Yeah, it's not her farm though, honey. It is not her farm. I can tell you that. To do that, that is very rich people do that. Rich people own that because I looked into that. And you can have, your background has to be, and mine is. But I was just like, and then when I talked to people, they were saying how expensive the license is and how you lose money because the license is so expensive. No, that is not hers. She don't have money like that. How could she have money? She don't even have, the only reason she got that job is because what? She worked on a farm in the Gambia. She didn't even work on the farm. She lied. When they realized how lazy she is, and she's the only one in the video because she's probably filming the videos when she's not supposed to be. Because all that's state regulated, and I know you can't take videos while you're at work doing that. That's why she's the only one in the video. Y'all give these fools too much credit. Lack of education. She has no education, but now she owns millions of acres of marijuana farm, and marijuana is making states so much money now. And she just happened. See the lies they tell? I left Gambia and I came back to America and I'm rich. I own a marijuana farm. Girl, stop it. Who believes that? Your friends in Gambia? That's about it. Good morning, Kiki. Looking forward to. Oh, good. Look, y'all said good morning. Oh my God, y'all know I'm sleepy. Good reporting, Kiki. Look forward to the follow-up. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I don't feel sorry for them. Shame on Rick and Cynthia. Miss Greek, you right. And I go from back to feeling sorry for them to shame on you. Sorry for you to shame on you. Sorry for you to I go back and forth with it. I've been doing that all day since I found out. What did True Serum say? He said something funny. Let him pray for himself. He gonna pray to that lesser God, though. That lesser God can't help him. Because see, this is what happens. I told him that. I told them it was going to backfire. I told them they was going to lose all of them acres and they were going to be no acres. And I told them everything they wished on me was going to come back on them. My video is still on YouTube. Go check it out. Let me show it to y'all. Let me show y'all what I said. And Aphrodite was like, oh, I guess your God doesn't work, Kiki. I laughed. When I heard him say that, I said, I laughed. I said, oh, you don't know my God, because my God, honey, is God. Now, let me show y'all this. And I promise, we're going to start up next week. We're going to be on both of them. We're going to take turns whopping them upside the head. Oops, excuse me, God, I shouldn't have said that. That's how y'all know I'm tired. Y'all know when I get tired, I start getting giddy. I start getting silly. So hold on. Let me show y'all this video. This is when they had threatened me. Okay, this is when I didn't even know they didn't like me. I didn't know any of this. I was on my way to Gambia, and people were telling me that Black Acres was doing a video about you. And I'm like, what? Why would they be doing a video about me? You know, I'm like, I'm friends with Black Acres of the Gambia. I like Black Acres of the Gambia. Why would that Black Acres of the Gambia be talking about me? Only to find out they were talking about me. And not only were they talking about me, and my video was up, my response to them, it's called The Ugly Distractor Response. And I told them in that video what was going to happen to them, but I gave them a quick version in this one. So let's go with this one so y'all can see. Welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. How you guys doing today? I am doing just fine. I am cooking. So this video was like before I got my aligners, okay? So this is what they used to always talk about was because I needed braces. You know, I needed braces and I had got some teeth pulled a long time ago. And that with the overbite and getting the teeth pulled, it just messed up my whole smile, right? So, you know, I'm thinking it ain't no big deal. You know, who looking in my mouth like that? Well, a lot of people look in your mouth like that. So I said, after these people could not focus on what I was saying until I got my aligners, till I got my teeth fixed, I said, okay, let me get my teeth fixed so they can stop looking at my teeth and then maybe they can hear what I'm saying. So when y'all hear them start saying stuff about her teeth and y'all like, well, what's wrong with her teeth? Y'all probably know because y'all been with me. Dinner. And I want to talk to y'all while I'm cooking dinner about some more things that Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy, better known as the Bag family, Rick and Cynthia, said about me. This part was really disturbing, y'all, because, you know, it's hard to watch their videos, right? Because the way they talk, especially Cynthia, her English is horrible. Okay, y'all, 1 hour and 26 seconds into the video, she calls herself. That's the wrong timestamp. I'll have it. I'm gonna show y'all the video next week. How the war started between Kiki and Black Acres of the Gambia. Putting a curse on me. Yeah, I cannot believe it. Y'all gotta go watch this. And what is truly disturbing about this is because you can tell Rick and Cynthia don't know the first thing about witchcraft. They don't know the first thing about juju. They don't know the first thing about magic. Because if they did, they would never mess with someone like me. They wouldn't do that, okay? Because they would know the repercussions. Yeah, you do. Because look at all the people I've talked about on my channel. Look what happened to them. Look at their views. Look at their channel. Look at what happened to them. So that should show you that there's a higher power on my side. There's a higher power that stands with me. There's a higher power that speaks through me, okay? This is not me. This is the higher power that lives inside of me. So I'm on their mission. I'm doing what they tell me to do. So for Raggedy Ann to try to come after me with a curse from her lesser God, she don't even believe in God, y'all. That's how you know she don't know what she. They don't believe in God. That's why I said you got to pray for these fools because they don't believe in God, but they're about to feel the wrath of God. She says she worships her ancestors. Who are your ancestors, lady? Do you even know who your ancestors she don't are? Know none. How can you have ancestors and you don't even have a higher power? You don't even have God. What are y'all talking about? Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about, but you messed up when you thought you was going to curse me. You messed up. Because let me tell you what you did, Cynthia. What you did, cursed yourself. That's what you did when you thought you cursed me. Because my ancestors ride and die for me every day, all day. And you did that in the land of my ancestors while I was here. Girl, 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 girl. You don't know what they're about to do to you. I pray they have mercy on your soul because they're coming for you and they're going to come hard. And all they told me when I saw that, you know what they said to me? Raggedy Ann, Cynthia, bag lady, you know what they said to me? They said everything she think about is going to fail. Whatever she think for you, it's going to come back on her even harder. Everything. Make a video and make sure you tell her that.
Sure did.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm making a video, Cynthia, to let you know what they told me to tell you. They said, don't be fooled because they're coming for you. Okay? You should have never thought you was going to curse me, baby girl. Not in the land of my ancestors. I don't care where you are. You don't dare try to use the spirit world against me. You made a fool's move while Raggedy Andy sat there and let you do it. But like I said,
Sure
everything
did.
you want, you think you wish for me, it's coming back to you 10,000-fold. Now y'all watch bad crumble from this day forth. They were already crumbling, but watch them crumble because you don't dare try to curse me, honey. You don't dare try to put juju on me. You're a fool, Cynthia. You're dumb and you're stupid.
Yep.
You're dumb and you're
She
stupid.
is.
You think you know so much and you know nothing. Because if you knew anything, you would know not to come for me. Now let's watch and see what happens.
Yep, let's rock and roll like I tell the kids. Ready to rock? And look what came on next.
Come on, let the sun.
That's a copyright claim. But the funny thing about it is that's the song I'll be listening to get all ready. I listen to that to get myself in the right mood where it's not me talking. It's the messages. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. That's all. I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Nothing more than that. Honey, yeah, I remember when I used to call them Raggedy Ann and Andy because they were. That's all they. Wait a minute, somebody else made that up. I forgot who called them that. I think it was Places and Spaces. Places and Spaces used to kill them. She used to come on here with the name. She had a name for everybody. She the one came up with the passport grannies. But she called them Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. And that's when I started calling them that. They had 2 months to come up with 6. Yeah, and they didn't do that. Honey, I ain't understanding either because that ain't nothing. A black owned in a ganja farm in California laughing. Right, Cotton Top. She ain't, come on. And she just got back from Gambia. And this is a young girl, black woman with nothing. She has nothing. Just like her parents. She's a liar. A liar and a dream seller. Yeah, she works for the Lebanese owner. Exactly. That's who she worked. She worked for somebody else. But hey, y'all, it's time to go. Wait, we're gonna come back to that one. What's that one? Can I get to it on here? Edward ain't gonna let me open it. Oh, yeah, this is it. They kept him in jail. Is this the first one we read or is this the second one? Edra, can you put that in when we get off this video, will you put that in the comment section, the regular comment section, so people can click on that, please? Because it won't let me click on here in the video. I mean on the live session. Kiki, we have our hands full with these clowns. Honey, yes, running back and forth. But I ain't tired. They just don't know. I ain't tired. I ain't fell for nothing. You sure didn't, honey. You never fell for. You was on here. You've been faithful telling us the truth. You've been faithful on every channel telling us the truth. telling us the truth, looking at us like, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? You right. You didn't. You didn't. A lot of the men didn't, but y'all notice that? A lot of the men don't fall for it. It's the women. I think they're targeting the women. I really do. Because even with the Ghana people, you see, it wasn't the men who was there. It was the wives who made the deal. I think the witchcraft targets the woman. That's what I think. I miss UN too, man. I miss him too. Man, I miss UN. He was so funny. He used to crack me up. The stuff he used to say. She said, Kiki found that quick. Yo, I miss UN. I miss UN a lot. He was so funny. And his comment section, man, that used to be live. We used to be on there going at it. Man, the comments would be jumping. They better not think Trump gonna try to get them out of Africa. Girl, Trump ain't getting them out of Africa. He gonna be like, you shouldn't have went over there doing it. No. Cynthia got her dogs to keep her company. Yeah, she do. Because she gonna need it. Mr. Johnson, the voice of Africa. And Mr. Johnson, put that one in there, please, too. Not this one, because this one disappears for some reason after the video. But, you know, the regular comment section, like when we get off, please put it in there so people, hey, heavy pedal time. What's up with you? They are targeting women, and they size the man up. Wow. I told y'all. It's open season. It is open. Oh, thank you, Edra. It is open season. And guess who is the prey? Us. Now just think about that. Let's think about this. We was the prey back in the day. That's how we got in the West. Because we were the prey. And guess what? We still the prey. Something ain't right here. Something is not right here. Something ain't right here. And I can't even say it's the Africans preying on us. We preying on ourselves. It's the Africans in the background. But they got Rick Usamburo is doing this to us. Rick and Cynthia Usamburo is the one who sold us this sweet dream about moving back to Gambia. Moving to Gambia. I don't know if you got ancestors from Gambia, but moving to Gambia, building a community in Gambia. They sold us that sweet dream. And all they wanted to do, what did they say? They wanted to use us and they wanted to abuse us. Because they knew some of us wanted to be used and some of us wanted to be abused. But then there was other ones that just said, oh, I'm going to hold my head up and just keep moving on. I'm going to hold my head up and just keep moving on. And that's when you got to stop and say, but I can't leave all them behind. And if I leave them behind, I want it to be their choice to stay behind. So while I'm moving on, I'm going to be telling them what's going on. I'm going to be like, y'all better go too. Because they lying to y'all. They scamming all of us. All they want to do is take our money. Like they saw our grandparents' money, they see us as money. They seen our grandparents as come up. They see us as to come up. You better recognize what's going on. You better recognize, especially the people who ain't even married. If you ain't married to one of them, oh no. And you better be married to a real one that love you. That love you and adore you. Because if he don't love you and adore you, you ain't nothing more than a come up. And you're going to be used as such. Yes. That's what we're here for on this channel. We sit on this porch every weekend. to spread the word to whoever want to listen, to who, like the Bible say, to whoever got ears to listen. I told y'all my mom used to take me on them Christian crusades when we was little. Every summer for 2 weeks. That's what I did. So one thing I know how to do is listen to God. That's one thing I know how to do, and to spot a devil when I see it and when I feel it. So I know God is real. I know God is, the living God is real, and he is no joke. And all those people who've played with God, he coming for you too. He coming for you too. It's going to be on my channel, y'all. We're going to put them on there, okay? Ooh, Mimi. Where y'all see Mimi at? Mimi on here. Where's Mimi? I don't see her. Mimi. I don't. Oh, look. Chill, Neil. Chill, Neil. Where you been? All y'all Gambian people came out. I miss y'all. Oh, I miss you guys. And Mimi was on here. Mimi, I miss you guys. I'm so glad y'all came out. All right, look, I'm going to try to get some more information, y'all. I'm going to try to find out as much as I can. Where, Chill Neil? What was the typo? I think I got excited what you said. I don't even think I read it. Oh, dag, I got excited. Mimi wasn't out here. All right, Chill Neil. That's okay, but I'm still happy to see you, girl. I'm still happy to see you. All right, guns, pit bulls, drugs. Just keeps getting worse. Keeps sounding worse. Yeah, that's all bad. That's serious stuff, y'all. That's serious crimes. Those crimes are done what they consider done against the state. Like you hurt the country when you do this stuff. So we're going to keep on looking. Keep on getting as much information as we can. We're going to post the articles in the comment section so y'all can go read the articles. And so I'll be back next week with an update on Rick, whatever I can find about Rick and Cynthia. You know, but that's just sad. And the son, Rashid, what's going on with him? Whatever's going on with him, guess what? It's 100 times worse what's going on with Rick. All right, y'all. That's all I need. That's all I need. Oh my God, this is horrible. Okay, y'all, that's all I have. We are done for the night. We will be right back on here tomorrow, and we will be in Ghana. We will be back in Ghana, knocking them scammers upside the head in Ghana. Yeah, we ain't playing with you scammers. We are not playing with you. One thing you gonna learn is, I can't go to Gambia and I can't go to Ghana because that nosy lady Kiki Loves Nigeria be all up in the business. She gonna tell it all as soon as she find out. Only if I'm led to. Make sure you say that part because I never talked about Miss Blacksit. So you can't say that's all she does is go around attacking. Why didn't I talk about Miss Blacksit if that's all I do? I wasn't led to. I wasn't led to. But all you other ones, yeah. He be waking me up to talk about y'all. And that comment about Harriet Tubman, that's probably why they've been riding me so tough about that Kinza. Like, how dare she? And she's selling y'all back into slavery, acting like she helping. He probably proclaimed being a low po on many of their lives. What? A low POW? Is it P? What is that, y'all? Nice night. Oh, thank you, Miss Greek. See you later. Hi, Cayenne. See you later. All right. Good night, Mr. Johnson. Good night, y'all. Look at me acting silly. Oh, God. I can't believe I just did that. That's why I got to get off here. See, tomorrow I'll get some rest. Today, remember, I've been up since like 5 o'clock. I had to go to work. And then I've been dealing with that all day. And then I came and did this. So ain't no telling. My mind is like, girl, get off of here. We tired. Good night, everyone. We will see y'all tomorrow. Popo. Yeah, the Popo. That's who they dealing with. That's who they dealing with, the Popo. But the Popo in Africa ain't nothing like the Popo here. When you dealing with them, you going to wish you was dealing with the Popo here. All right, y'all. We will be back tomorrow in Ghana. And thank you to all the people who had not been on here for a while. I missed you guys. I know y'all thought, well, she just left Gambia. No, the Gambian repass was just being cool. I ain't hear anything. I couldn't find anything on them. So I'm like, everything is good in the Gambia. And Ghana, no, I needed to go over there. I needed to get over there because I don't like what's going on over there. And they got them people thinking they got to be suffer in silence. Suffer in silence. Be patient. If you say something, you're not patient and you're not getting your land and it's your fault. Get out of here. Give me my money then. Blackacre is too old for this stuff. They sure are, Chill Neil. Gracie says, missed the live. Watched. Oh, Gracie, that's okay. We'll be back on here tomorrow, sweetie. All right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for coming out at the last minute. And pray for Rick Usamburo. Black Acres of. Oh, let me get off here. I'm about to start singing, Jesus. Black Acres of the Gambia. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.